All right, so here's a really quick review of the Brainiac Skull Ships. I managed to get this first one a few months ago. I'd ordered the bundle, but this one did come out in the store, and one of my good friends here in the Utah area, Trevor Hawks, he was able to pick me up one. Trevor's in a lot of the Facebook groups with the rest of us, and I thought it was an awesome addition to the line. I say awesome, but I always say, hey, I would love something in bigger scale. I love that we're even getting these, and I have to say that. But some of you have seen the file on Thingiverse that you can go out and 3D print, and someone just did that recently where they printed a Brainiac Skull Ship, and it's a much bigger size, much more threatening and menacing, and just looks really cool. So as I get my 3D printer up and running, I'm gonna have to do that at some point in the near future. But this is a fun throwback, and this comes directly from the Kenner designs that Toy Otter unearthed a few years ago, and may have even existed in the Tomart or Action Figure Insider publication back in the day. I can't remember exactly, but we get the first Brainiac Skull Ship, and again, I don't have the first Brainiac. The one from the Superpowers line, that's the only one from Wave 1 I didn't get. But, overall, very cool little design. It rolls nicely, and you can see the arms, the tentacles, they move with the wheels. Cool little throwback to the silver Brainiac, and also a nod to the newer Brainiac with kind of the purplish, pinkish inside. And you can see the bottom, well decorated. Kind of gives you that throwback to the Kirby era of Superpowers toys when you saw some of the vehicles, and especially in the Hall of Justice, it reflect kind of the Kirby sensibility and some of his designs. So very cool to see that. And so then we get the second version, and I probably like the second version just a bit more. I'll talk about the figure in just a second, but just kind of love the color scheme, the green and purple and black. It's just really funky and cool to look at. Again, moves very nicely. And this is the Panic in the Sky Brainiac, and I'll be the first to tell you that this is about when I took a break from comics back in I think it was the late 80s, actually really probably early 90s. I took a couple of year break, so right around the time a few things were happening, including Panic in the Sky. So this was one I wasn't that familiar with. I came back into comics back in the mid 90s and, collected them ever since. But a couple of interesting things, the green, of course, matches our original Brainiac. They use the same green. I think someone else pointed that out, but same green, which is great. Same body tooling, which is also awesome. The difference is the belt, and again, this belt, looking at this, kind of interesting. It actually looks like, I can't tell you if it's, seemingly they always do a 2-piece belt, but this might be a 4-piece belt given where these little notches are. And when I looked at this last time, when I looked at this first time, I thought, well, for sure this is going to be what they're going to use on Guy Gardner, at least for the back of his costume, or the back of the figure, when we get him in the next wave. But not 100% sure, so it'll be interesting to see what that looks like when we finally get some pics of that. Has the cape, and again, we don't love the McFarlane capes. They're doing a little bit better with these in the last couple of waves, and this one fits nicely around the figure. And again, don't know the origin of the goatee and some of the other elements of this particular figure, but do think it's kind of a cool addition to the line overall. So, I did check first thing. I wanted to look behind and see, hey, is there a belt buckle to just reverse this for Guy Gardner? And of course they didn't. I didn't see the back of the figure anywhere else, but cool addition to the line, and glad I'm able to get, again, both Brainiac figures and the Brainiac ships. They are fun to look at, and while I would like something in a bigger scale, I'm just really glad that we have something to be able to put our villains in. So feel free to leave your comments below and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.